Step right up, folks. Come on over for the most explosive show on the Midway. We're firing cannons, folks. Gather around and see the show. What happens when you touch the screen? I get the feeling things are gonna blow. Up is the end of all that ballyhoo, and though it has no two-headed snakes or bearded ladies, Demolicious HD is still very much worth the price of admission. Developed by Strange Games, Demolicious is available in the App Store for both the iPad and iPhone. We're playing the HD iPad version here, and from the moment the game loaded on the screen, we were immediately impressed with Demolicious. From the fun circus theme to the cel-shaded graphics and slick particle effects, this game does a lot to grab your attention. Unfortunately, its gameplay keeps it. Now for some context here, Demolicious is essentially following in the path forged by the critically acclaimed Boomblocks games for the Wii. It's a physics-based puzzler with an immediately accessible premise. Knock everything down. You're given an elaborate arrangement of wooden crates and a freaking cannon. You do the math. But like Boomblocks, Demolicious is a lot more than just Jenga in reverse. The crates are arranged in such a way that knocking them down would seem to require multiple shots, but therein lies the challenge. The fewer cannonballs you use to knock down the entire tower, the better your score. It takes some thought to figure out the optimal angles for your cannon fire, not to mention an obvious understanding of physics. Speaking of which, that's another area in which Demolicious impresses. The physics are really good, especially for this kind of mobile game. Blocks fall and crates fly in the directions they should, which is essential for a physics-based puzzler. You add the physics to the game's impressive graphics, and Demolicious HD is a real showpiece for the power of Apple's tablet. Of course, being technically impressive doesn't always make a game fun, but such is not the case with Demolicious. The levels become increasingly complex, and the block arrangements, while never quite reaching Boomblocks' cleverness, are very well done and always rewarding. And the fact that there are 60 of them ensures you have more than enough levels to make the game's low price worth paying. As good as Demolicious is, though, it isn't perfect. I had some occasional trouble with the controls. Specifically, you shoot your cannon by touching the screen, dragging your finger to aim, and releasing to shoot. And the problem is that once your finger's down, you're committed to fire. It's sort of counterintuitive in that you expect to be able to make adjustments to the camera, release your finger, and then fire. Not the case with Demolicious. So I'd much rather have a fire button that allows that, but otherwise, there's not much to complain about with Demolicious. It isn't all that original, but the game's borrowing from one of the most brilliant and creative puzzle games of its generation. Bringing that idea to the iPad is awesome enough, and doing it this well makes the explosively addictive Demolicious HD one of the best new puzzlers in the App Store.